All right, we're gonna cover some closed guard today. Come on over here. Okay, we're gonna start in the closed guard position. I won't go over the setup to get to closed guard right now. We're just gonna do a very basic sweeping position that's just to set up submission. So the hip bump sweep, looks kind of like this. I sit up here. A lot of times you'll reach over the back, and once you secure the over the back grip, you actually open your legs like this so you can bump them up and over to go right to mount. That's the hip bump sweep. However, it's very difficult to do if my opponent has any sort of control on my chest or is controlling the center area here, because every time I try and get up, he's just going to push me back down. And even if I manage to clear the center area and I control the center and I do manage to get up here like this, if I don't do it quick enough, this arm a lot of the time will just come and catch me right here at the shoulder and push me right back down. And we're going to be in some trouble. And it's kind of just a waste because I'm using a lot of energy to do that. I'm exerting myself a lot. So what we're gonna do is use that to just set up a very simple submission, okay? So instead of trying to knock him all the way over, I just wanna make one hand post on the mat. So I'm gonna do this, the same hip bump sweep, but it's gonna be a little bit different because instead of reaching on this side of his body, I'm gonna reach on this side, which if I actually wanted to sweep him, would not help me. But because I'm not actually trying to sweep him, I'm trying to use it to set up a submission, this is gonna let me hang off of him very easily. So once I sit up and I secure the first grip over his back, I can open my legs here. And as I open the legs and I plant one foot first, I can kind of adjust my hip. As I adjust my hip, I get all the way up to my hand. And this is what's going to allow me to actually drive my hips into him to knock his hand to the mat. But you can see how this wouldn't really result in a sweep. The only reason it sweeps him is when I reach over the top like this, I can kind of control his arm if I need to. If he starts to reach out or plant like this, I can actually grab his hand and pull it through to complete the sweep. But when my hand is on the other side, it doesn't do that. I can't actually reach and block his arm. But what I can do is use it to suspend my hips like this. So I can use this anchor on his back to suspend my hips and bring my foot out. As I bring my foot out, I just bring it up across his neck. So this is a triangle setup. Here, we cross our ankles first, break his head posture down as much as we can, secure the ankle and put the foot on the hip to cut the angle for the triangle. So all it is, it's a very simple triangle setup, super reliable. You can even do it with just a collar grip if you have to, but you kind of want to make the effort to make it look like you're trying to sweep him so he really respects that sweep to plant his hand. So it sometimes can feel like a struggle. You have to engage your core a lot to start getting up, and he may try and force you down still, but you still try and get up. Because the more you make it look like you're fighting for the sweep, the more he's gonna respect it when I actually go here and he bases his hand, because I've kind of telegraphed that I'm gonna sweep him. But it was never actually a sweep. It was just to get that hand to go out so I can hover my hips here. My left foot is just posted on the mat. My right leg just swings out to hook over his shoulder, and then I can collapse back down to set up a triangle choke. Pretty easy, right? Any questions? Let's try it. On two. 1, 2.